Greetings and salutations. It's your boy D.Boom for LLE.Ascension. New weeks, new energies. Glad for the people that's popped up. It's got a few rants and then I'm gonna begin the message. Already got the spread out. This is like take two. So, number one. It's 48 hours left in the life coaching specials that I'm doing. $50 life coaching. For those that have had life coaching that paid full price, you already know what it is. Come holler at your boy. I know you need to. People that ain't never had life coaching, you missing out on a pretty good deal. All right? Y'all spend $45 on a reading from me anyway. Might as well drop that extra $5 and get 3 for the 1. I don't know what y'all doing. Book with me. For the people, other psychics is watching my shit, doing the same shit, like, tidy up. Like, you can jock, because that's all people come to me for is to steal my shit. You can steal my shit, but at least put some of your shit on there. Goddamn, like, don't blatantly take from me because you're going to make me come at you. Not like on no verse battle or verbally, because 9 times out of 10, y'all probably feminines and shit, women and shit, and I ain't got no smoke with y'all. But goddamn, just can you be a little bit more, you know, just a little bit more DL with the gankness. You know what I'm saying? And for people that's coming to gank, man, it's an honor. You know what I mean? Like, put God in the shit more and I won't trip. Like, you can steal from me, but make sure you stealing God part of the shit. Make sure you steal the Christ consciousness part of what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, that'll make your shit plush. Like, don't just gank my terms, nigga. Learn something while you here. You know what I'm saying? Learn about God. Learn about Christ. Okay? Because it can help you in the field that you in and the shit that you doing. Y'all doing a lot of karmic shit. Like I say, I ain't worried about what the fuck y'all doing. Y'all gotta answer to God with that shit. You understand what I'm saying? So get your gank on. People that just come to gank, I think it's more people that just come to gank than anything, but welcome. You know what I'm saying? Get your gank on. Just make sure you take God and Christ's mindset with you. Okay? While you stealing. Also, and will be no more deals as far as readings. Like, only deals I'm having out are $25 for first timers. So if you ain't never got a reading with me, that's $25. Other than that, people who got a reading from me, like I say, man, you know I'm the best at what I do. You know y'all been to these other psychics. Like, come on. I mean, I know y'all sitting around waiting for $25 hollers, but shit, like, you're gonna have to invest in your spirituality eventually. You know what I'm saying? So like I say, I see everything. I know who came to me for readings. It just trips me out. The shit y'all be on. And I say y'all because most of y'all are karmics. You know what I'm saying? 70% of the world are karmics. 28% of the world are divine, like myself, and then you got the 1-2%ers, and you see what the fuck they on. Final rant before I get to the head, shoulders, knees, and toes rant. Final rant. Book coming out on my birthday. I'm a Leo, so that'll just tell you how much time it is. It'll be in July. I'm a July Leo, so book coming out on my birthday. Only way you're gonna be able to get the book is through me and through my channel. I can't release this shit to everybody. For a person that don't get that much views, for a person whose subscription, who's like subs just dropped tremendously, which happens every time I drop some jewels on y'all that y'all don't be ready for, but like, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? You gonna get this work. Go get this work. I'm almost done. Don't trip. Hey. I'm getting too many calls. I say I put my number up. I put my email online just to get y'all to book and shit. Karmics, they bite right on that shit. Man, when you coming out with the book, I don't fuck with you. I don't believe in nothing shit you talking about, but I like your style. I'm waiting on the book. Like, bitch, you ain't finna get this book from me. Like, you tweaking. Like, what do you need the book for? Like, are you about to, you know what I mean, remix it like Diddy and some shit? Like, it's too many people waiting to gank my shit. You know what I mean? Like, what do you come here for? You know what I'm saying? You don't come to fuck with me. I see how you feel about me. Like, I get a slew. Like I say, for a nigga with no views and no subs, I get a slew of hate every fucking week. This shit been happening for 6 fucking months. Crank callers. Motherfuckers calling my phone hanging up. Motherfuckers calling my phone threatening me. Because what the fuck I'm doing online. Bitch, all I talk about is God. Christ consciousness, twin flame love, divine love. Y'all get tired of me saying the same shit. What the fuck is the problem? What? It's too much God for you over here? It's too much Christ consciousness? I'm talking about there's too much Christian lingo for y'all in this field. All y'all gotta do is fuck with the other psychics like y'all been doing. Tune in to them. Y'all ain't ganking they shit, though. Y'all ain't threatening them niggas, though. And they doing shit that's off the wall like Michael Jackson. Like, what do y'all want from me? I don't understand this. I don't get enough views and enough subs to put up with this bullshit from you trolls. It's too much trolls. Every time I upload a message, I gotta take down 4 trolling ass comments before I can get a real person to comment some real shit on my shit. A lot of motherfuckers got a lot to say about what I do, but can't do what I do. Y'all don't have the understanding that I have because y'all ain't rooted in God like I am, son. I'm saying I come from church. I'm supposed to be a preacher. You understand what I'm saying? The only reason I'm on this platform is because I can free speech, cuss and say whatever the fuck I want. I can't do that in church. That's why I'm not on a pulpit preaching. I can't even reach the masses from a pulpit preaching. At least trying to do it in the right manner. These preachers, it's about real estate. It's about money. It ain't about saving souls. Everything in this world is tainted. So like I said, before I put myself in a system that's going to limit me, I'm going to fuck with online. I took off before. I'm going to take off again. But I'm going to make this promise. When I get this second leg, when this momentum catch back up, when I shoot past where I was before, I'm telling you, let me get the subscribers and the views that I need. Y'all need to help me do that. Boom, you should go live. You know what I'm saying? To help your views. Every time I go live, I get no views. So what are y'all saying? I don't jig. I don't base this shit to be so opaque, you know what I mean? So general that everybody can resonate with it. Nigga, that ain't what it's for. I do messages. You're here for a message. Not here to resonate with shit. How you gonna resonate with some shit you ain't even familiar with? This is some unfamiliar shit over here. I'll be a preacher. I'll be that nigga that's saying the same shit every single week. But you know what? You can't get it twisted that way. You know what time it is. It's like a preacher coming up to preach at church. Nigga, you know what time it is. I ain't finna be preaching forever, but while I'm here, get this message. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes rant. This is divine masculine situation, by the way. Feminist coming next. Head, that's thoughts, decisions, mentality, ideology, decisions, your mental state, mental capacity, your mental health, your mentality in general. That's a sword. Cups. Cups are feelings and emotions. All feelings and emotions are just indicators on where you're going mentally. Your heart and mind must be aligned. Who rules the heart and mind department? The divine feminine. That's your arena. Then you got the divine masculine, who's like Neo, feminine, you're like Trinity. Who's the king of wands? That's the divine masculine. What are wands? Things you're doing, things you've done, not things you finna do because you ain't did it yet. It's all about actions and behavior. That's what wands are. What are pentacles? Pentacles is something you can taste, touch, see, feel, and hear. A person, place, or a thing. And in this third dimension that we call the world, that we call Earth, it's a temporary space and time. And everything on this motherfucker expires. All pentacles expire. Let's give it this message. First card in this message, we got the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is moving fast and furiously towards your divine direction. This is being thrusted somewhere. It's like, it's a talent show. You're still nervous. You're still trying to get your routine ready. The person that was supposed to go before you, they got butterflies, don't want to perform. Boom, now they knocked you up position. Now it's time for you to go right now. And it's like they push you on stage when you ain't ready. Because you thought you had more time, but this person chickened out. You ain't no chicken though, but it's time for you to get your ass on stage. That's being thrusted. Knight of Wands, it's like preachers, you know what I'm saying? It's like Pastor Die. You know what I'm saying? And it's like many people who could be residing pastor of the church, you know what I'm saying, to take over and shit. And it's like, you don't know who it's going to be. There's so many good ministers up in here. There's so many good men of God and women of God and shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, you was chosen to be the pastor, to reside over the church following the pastor's death and shit. It's like you're chosen. You know what I mean? You sitting at a motherfucking halftime game anywhere. They choose you to do a half-court shot. Like, just being thrusted to the forefront. And Knight of Wands is really about, it's good or bad or ugly. Like, whether you want to be thrusted to the foreground or not, it's like, here go your shot. Here go your chance. You here and present. It's like I say, church. It'd be the altar call. Preacher be like, we can spend this time now to spend this time to come to Jesus. Come to Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Come on, God. Let him in your life. You know what I'm saying? You can change your life right now. And it's like, do I have one? And my mom, she's always fuck with me and shit. My mom will be sitting next to me like, pointing at me and shit. Pastor be like, yo man, and shit, you want to come up here? I always not come up. I'll be like, man, I appreciate it, man, but you know what I mean? I'll sit back down and then look at my mom like, ha, thought you got me, like, you know what I mean? Like, my mom always do that shit. Every time altar call happens, my mom, like, this nigga needs saving like a motherfucker, like, you know, it's that type of shit, you know? It's like, you at a comedian, last example I'm using to move on, it's like you at a comedy show. And you got to use the motherfucking bathroom. You've been drinking a lot of beer and shit. And it's like you get up, you know what I'm saying, to go to the bathroom, and it's like the comedian on your ass. What? Who is that? Hey, put the light on that nigga. Let me get on this nigga real quick. Where you going? Like, he just get on your shit. You know what I mean? Because the spotlight on you. You put yourself in the forefront. You could have stayed in your seat, but you stood up, and now you getting all the motherfucking tongue lashing that this comic finna give you. That's the Knight of Wands. Okay? Shit just happened. Shit just clicking, and you just gonna have to click with it. Clarifying that Knight of Wands is the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is grooming. There's 3 types of grooming. You either grooming somebody to be the best person they can be, somebody grooming you to be the best person you can be. Ugly grooming. You grooming somebody to be the best person they can be, but they ain't doing it back to you. You giving, but ain't nobody giving back. You know what I'm saying? You putting on, but ain't nobody putting you on. You know what I'm saying? It's like one way. Like how motherfuckers come with me with this channel. Like, it's only received one way. There ain't no, hey, thanks for, you know what I mean? I learned a lot from you. I'm finna go do my own thing with your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't never that. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, show some love back. Least you can do is shout me out on your videos. Least you can do is tell motherfuckers where you got this shit from. Because like I say, this shit went around till your boy got here. At least give respect to where respect is due. You know what I'm saying? I think when I first started, I hit like 2K subscribers in like 6 months. When that shit happened, I gave respect to where respect is due. I shouted out No Fuss Giving Crew, because that's where I got my like spread layout from. I shouted out Hip Hop Tarot, because without her, would none of this shit be possible? You know what I'm saying? I shouted out Gagan the Guy for being the realest, most powerful psychic that's ever crossed this motherfucking earth that I had the pleasure of coming up on. You know what I'm saying? I thank Dr. Ranjita. And a few other people, I gave respect where respect is due. Because I wasn't going to come out, blow the fuck up off their influence without giving respect where respect is due. And guess what? All of them hit me back. Which was a fucking blessing to me. When I got a message from Gagan, a guy, when I spoke with Hip Hop Tarot. She told me not to say shit, but hey, when I hollered at you, you know, on Facebook Messenger, like that shit, you have no idea. That had me here. You know what I'm saying? That whole year, I was just up, like getting feedback from the people who influenced me to do what I do. I don't get none of that. I know 3 motherfuckers that have wrote books off my shit. Ain't sent me shit. Ain't told me nothing. You understand what I'm saying? I got I got 2 other people, like I say, that I'm literally watching. Everything I do, y'all do. Like, when y'all gonna shot me a holler, done? Like, I would never do that. I wouldn't gank nobody anyway, because I'm just an original nigga like that. Like, I'm just born with flavor. Just born with flavor. So, you know what I mean? I can always originally do some shit. You know what I mean? But like I say, if you're going to gank, give respect back. You know what I mean? Because at least karmically, you'll be set up in the right way. So I'm saying all this shit to say this. Bad grooming is somebody grooming you to be exactly where you at. Somebody that got their foot on your neck that got it set up to where you can't come up. It's somebody blackballing you that got it set up to where you can't do shit. Like I say, ain't no type of good grooming with me as far as LLE.Ascension on this YouTube shit. See the bad grooming I get or ugly grooming I get. It ain't fair. There's really no type of fair odds getting shown around here. Ain't shit I'm complaining about. And I ain't going nowhere like Diddy, so I'm gonna just keep putting the shit. But I'm like an asshole, so I'm gonna always say some shit and break shit down. So masculine, overall energy, since you are the ruler of the wands in the pentacle cycle. Ace to tens is karmic cycles. That's what karmics do. They go in circles like gerbils. You know what I mean? What do gerbils do? Or roaches do? Or rats do? Or any type of pest do? They do the same shit. That's why they can get caught in the same basic traps, because like I said, they do the same shit. It's expected. There's like zombies in apocalypse. That's what karmics are. What's a zombie? You can kill a zombie easier than you can kill a human being. Zombies don't think. You can, you know what I mean? They got delayed reactions. You can kind of expect what they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? That's how karmics roll. Because they be ace to tennis so much, it's expected. You know what I mean? Divines moving in infinity. We do shit in the world, which is here, and we do shit in Zion, which is the fourth, fifth dimension. We help others, we help ourselves. We help God, we help our family. Like, it's double the pleasure, double the fun. It's too much shit that a divine got to do. You know what I'm saying? What divines do is, like I say, showing the work. What a divine is, it's like a teacher puts two problems on the board, picks two students to do these two problems. One student looked at the motherfucking book before they got up, went up there, put the answer on the board, sat back down. Then you got the divine, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker like myself, who go up to the board, put the answer down, because it's maybe easy, you can just see it off top, or maybe y'all doing the same problem. You know that's the answer too, so you put the answer just looking at his answer, because you know that's the answer too. But you do, you put another problem and you show the work. This is how I got it though. Yeah, it's doing too much. Putting the problem up, answering it, put another problem up, and then answering it and showing the work. That's too much. This motherfucker just put one answer. You put an answer, a whole nother problem. Yeah, it's too much, but motherfucker, that's what you're supposed to do. Teacher don't want to know if you know the answer. They want to know if you know how to get the answer. I'm a psychic. I don't give a fuck about what you know or what you want to know. It ain't about, you know what I mean, what you want to know. It's about you knowing yourself, figuring out how to get this shit. You fuck with me, I'm going to teach you how to get it. I'm going to teach you how to read cards. I'm going to teach you how to read anybody. You know what I mean? What the fuck I know, I can give to you through building. That's what readings and life coaching is for. You understand what I'm saying? I'm here to teach you how to do what I'm doing so you don't need me. And my shit's so easy to learn. You can learn and get my shit and go somewhere else with it like so many people are doing. Like, this shit is basic, like the Bible. It's the basic instructions before leaving Earth. Don't get too advanced. Overall energy, which is fairly important. Masculine, you right where you need to be to get some grooming. Or you right where you need to be for some ugly or bad grooming to happen. Because it's just meant to happen right now. You learn by doing. How are you supposed to know people fake around you if they don't do some fake ass shit? How do you know if you even got a Decepticon if they don't show their real teeth or show their real fangs and shit? Time tells. With anybody. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're thrusted into situations. But it's the grooming that's going to dictate who this person is or who you are even. Bottom line. We got the devil being clarified by the Two of Swords. Devil card is overindulging, addictions, being chained to someone or someone being chained to you, whether you realize it or not. Codependency, whether you realize it or not. Regressive behavior. This is like acting like a kid. A grown person acting like a kid. You're not a kid, you're an adult. Kids are kids. You understand what I'm saying? This is like a grown person who's stressed the fuck out, chooses to go to a McDonald's or a Chuck E. Cheese or some type of place that got balls, you know, where the kid balls at, or the, you know, like the pool of balls and shit. It's like a grown up going to, like, I'm from the Midwest, so like Godfather's Pizza had like the bowls and shit, you know, DZ Discovery Zone, Chuck E. Cheese, Jumpin' Jacks. Well, Jumpin' Jacks is for adults, so actually adults could do that shit. But we talking about a place that's for kids. It's like you going, you depressed, and you hop on a merry-go-round at Six Flags. You could have cried on the Batman. You understand what I'm saying? But you on a merry-go-round crying. That's a sad scene. It's like a grown person holding a motherfucking teddy bear. Like, God, you're an adult. Get a dog. Or masturbate like a normal person. Like, what the fuck wrong with you? You sleeping with a goddamn dog? Or you curled up in a ball like a kid? Or you sucking your thumb as an adult? It's like an adult doing some kid shit. Not saying that since we're adults, we ain't allowed to do kid shit. It's kids do kid shit. Since us being adults, we can't do that shit no more. Can't no kid that's underage slide into some pussy or smoke a blunt or drink some beer with you. As an adult, no, you wouldn't permit or promote that behavior. So as an adult, you shouldn't permit or promote childish behavior. Clarifying that is the Two of Swords. What's Two of Swords? That's pussyfooting around mentally. 1 foot in and 1 foot out mentally. In a fucking bind mentally. You getting pulled apart in 2 different fucking directions mentally. Told you, your mind is the most, man, shit you need to keep on a swivel. If your mind fucked up, then your body gonna get fucked up. If you ain't got a peace of mind, like if your brain getting torn in 2, then the devil's gonna plague this little shit right here. It's an opening. 4 of Swords is really the opening to your mind. What's 4 of Swords? That's the idle mind. What's the idle mind? That's the devil's workshop. You halfway there. Being indecisive, you halfway there. Pussyfooting. Bottom line, masculine. Quit pussyfooting around. You've been thrusted in a place that's kind of uncomfortable. Usually when you're in an uncomfortable place, it's kind of new. Usually when you're starting a new beginning, that means something is going to end or something ended. In order to begin things, you got to end things. So if you're in a new beginning, then prepare for an ending. You know what I mean? If you're in a new situation, then like I say, you out of an old situation. You don't want to bring to a sterilized situation old shit on your boot. So masculine, you just torn between this devil energy. It's like what I see most people within this community go through. It's like, well, what's good and evil? What's right and what's wrong? Motherfucker's only one right way, and that's up. Anything outside of up is the wrong direction. That's what it is. Motherfuckers want to, nah, what's right, what's wrong? You can't really define what's right, and you can't really define what's wrong. Like, the devil is in all of us. Like, nah, no. We're all human, you know? That's the best way to look at that shit. Fuck the devil. He has no power unless you give him power. Matter of fact, the devil, Satan, and Lucifer are 3 different people from 3 different places with 3 different motherfucking agendas. They're called the earthly trinity. We got the holy trinity. We got the earthly trinity. They're called the dragon. And the dragon is well known in the heavens from the shit that they did prior to the fall of man. You know what I'm saying? They have no power. If you went to any other planet, if you went to any other system and spoke of the dragon, which is Lucifer, Satan, and the devil, man, motherfuckers gonna laugh at you like, what the fuck is you beefing them up for? It's like a motherfucker talking about 6ix9ine. Like, fuck 6ix9ine. That nigga a snitch, he a bitch. He needs security to walk around here. Like, he a fucking fraud. Why is people even still talking about that nigga? Why is he even still relevant in the rap game? That's how I feel about the Trinity. Devil, Satan, and Lucifer. Who gave them power? Man did. Hell don't even fucking exist. There's only one throne. And God sit on that motherfucker. Shit I've been saying for 4 years. But yeah, motherfuckers still don't quite get it. If you are the devil, then I mean God made mistakes. God don't make mistakes. And God works in mysterious ways. If you knew who the devil, Satan, and Lucifer was, you wouldn't put no power. You wouldn't even keep these niggas on your lips. You understand what I'm saying? The only reason why the devil is out here, like I say, is because the devil is strong amongst y'all. You know what I mean? In this community, this nigga's like a light bearer. This nigga's like a fucking angel, not a fallen one. This nigga does more good, you know what I mean, than God lets you motherfuckers tell it. That's why I don't fuck with the world. 70% of them karmics, y'all zombies. Y'all niggas already dead anyway. I see y'all logic. I see what y'all on. When I was living in Utah, I met a lot of Satan worshipers, man. And they proudly put the devil on their body, tattooed devil all on them, all about the devil, but don't even know who the fuck the devil is. Like, I know Satan motherfucker worshipers who like really don't even differentiate the 3. Don't really know the devil's backstory. Don't really know Satan's backstory. Don't even really know who Lucifer really is. They heard about him. But like I say, acts of atheists about God, like I say, it just comes from unawareness. It's the reason why only 28% of this world is divine. Only 28% of this motherfucker only, understand who God is and really about something around this motherfucker. Like I say, most of the world is frauds. Most of the people in power are frauds. Most people are in a system. What's a system? It's a system ran by karmics. Military, church, educational system, fraternities, secret societies, fraternal orders. Whether you a cop, rapper, teacher, doctor, accountant, lawyer, any fucking system, preacher, any fucking system is ran by the 1-2%ers. 70% of the world is predominantly karmics. So you ain't winning over the hearts of the people. You ain't winning over the hearts of the public. You winning over the hearts and minds of these karmics. And guess what? It ain't that hard to win over the heart and minds of karmics. They're common folks. They're dummies. It's easy to get them niggas on your team. It's easy to tell them whatever the fuck you want them to think. It's easy to manipulate their ass. You know who you can't get off on? You can't get off on no divine. Why? Because a divine can see your ass a mile away. A divine can see an agenda. A divine know who run the world, how it's structured, who Satan, Lucifer, the devil is, how they structured, how the Holy Trinity is structured, who God is, what Christ consciousness is, what the spirit is, what the fourth, fifth dimension is, what the third dimension is. Like I say, 70% don't get it. And if you're going to be part of any motherfucking system, of course you're going to exploit the other 70%. That's how you get paid. That's why you got niggas like Creflo Dollar and Joel Osteen and TD Jake. That's why they can do what the fuck they doing, preaching. That's how they can become wealthy in a manner that they've done it. They're in a system. You know what I mean? These motherfucking psychics that you see online, like I say, the reason why they eating, the reason why they doing numbers, because it's the system. Like I say, the same motherfuckers that fuck with y'all channels, the same motherfuckers that watch mukbangs, watch kids play games, and watch the other weird, creepy ass shit that be online. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, it's a system. You're either going through systems to come up, or you're going around the systems to come up. But if you're going through the back door, you know, you're going to get seen quicker than you going through the system. If you're going to destroy a system, it's easy to destroy the system in the system than from outside the system. It's all about systems and masculine. Looks like you're in a system that you're either A, trying to get out, or you're in a system that, like I say, it grooms you to think that this is the way to rock when it's not. Coming to the situation in your mystery madness or your subconscious or your indirect energy masculine, you got the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is the Romeo card. What's the Romeo card? It's like Romeo and Juliet. You know, it's juvenile love, teenage love, lust. You know, this is a young feeling of love. You just met a person. You got good feelings for them. Let time tell. It's like a good friend of mine. Like, I got this rule. I'll wait till after a year before I tell you I love you, before I really come out the bag with how I really feel or what I really want from you. I told you, I'm divine. I fuck with karmics all day, every day. So I treat everybody like a karmic. So yeah, a year. You can fuck around for about a year. I just need to get to know you. In a year, I'll know exactly who the fuck you are. I'm a psychic. I'm good at reading people. That's what the fuck I do. So I can really get this shit done in about 5-6 months. But like I say, the average person is a karmic. You know what I mean? So I got to treat them as such. 1 year. In 1 year, I know exactly who you are. In 1 year, I know exactly where you come from. In 1 year, I know the lies from the truth. I know if you got a whole nigga, if you married, if you got other children that you don't fuck with. Like, in a year, I know everything. But also, on the flip, in a year, you would have seen my whole faces. I got like 5 faces. You know what I mean? I'm a confident, confident one. Very, swaggerific ass nigga. You know what I mean? But sometimes I can be a little moody. My mood switches like this. Like, I be having mood swings and shit. Probably slick bipolar or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I can go from 0 to 60 real quick. I can go from happy to fucked up like very fast. You know what I'm saying? Leo, July Leo. It's very passionate and emotional with my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like a Cancer, but I'm not. Leo life. But look, in a year, you'll see all my faces. In a year, you'll know exactly what I want out of life and where I'm trying to go with it. In a year, you'll hear me say the same shit. You know what I mean? I don't switch up. I'm pretty consistent. But it's like the average time that it takes for a karmic to switch up on me is usually, because they're getting real good, 6 to 8 months now. Usually by the 8th month, it's like, damn, you got a whole boyfriend. Like a whole boyfriend. Why fucking with me? Okay, that's you living a double life, I see. Okay, damn. You say you all into me and you want me. Now you curving quick as hell. All I told you was give me a year. Not just to wait to figure out what the fuck I want to do. Give me a year to figure out who the fuck you are. I told you from the gate, time tells. But in less than a year, I'll always part ways. I'll always see who they really are. Or they see who I really am. And I'm like, yeah, like I told you. Eventually you're gonna hate my face. Eventually you're gonna hate my voice. Eventually, like, you're just gonna hate hearing me. Just hearing me chewing and shit is gonna piss you the fuck off. Like, that's what happens when you spend time with people. Like I say, divines, we got patience. That's why it's a virtue. Karmics, they gotta be in a relationship. They can't wait no fucking year to be in a relationship. They need to be in one now. It's like JG Wentworth. I need a relationship and I need it now. Face ass. Like, give it time. You know, that's what a real nigga do. A real man gonna give you time to see what you want. Maybe you don't want me. Maybe you just flogging this whole time. That's what the time is for you to get what you need, for you to get what you want, for you to get shit out the system, for you to recognize what this is. So when we finally come together like butt cheeks, we can do it the right way. You ain't coming together with me with no preconceived notion of me. You ain't coming to me, like I say, without at least seeing who I am, at least half of what I am. Like I say, time. People don't want to let time go by. People feel like they losing out if they don't take charge now. You know what I'm saying? People feel like a person don't want them if they giving them space. Like, that ain't space. You know what I mean? But like I say, I don't know who the fuck you are. You don't know who the fuck I am. Let's know who we are before we get to building close. Makes sense to a divine. Because I know divines that be celibate for 2-3 years. I'm guessing that's what they doing. Or working on themselves or some shit like that. Like I say, I can wait. I ain't thirsty. I don't need another person to feel complete or feel good about myself and shit like that. I'm kind of a loner any motherfucking way. Like I say, karmics don't know how to be by themselves. They go crazy. A karmic by themselves is like being in solitary confinement. You understand what I'm saying? They just move different. So I'm saying all this shit to say this. Young love gets old. When that young love get old, then start thinking with your heart. You have a fling. Okay, it's a fling. When this fling turns into a situation, then build off of it. Twins! When you getting recognition, I'm telling you, man, y'all better ask questions like a motherfucker. Get to know your twin. Don't spend your recognition period just fucking on your twin, just having a physical relationship with your twin or catching up for lost times physically and shit. Like, time, nigga, we got time, man. I mean, tomorrow ain't promised, but like I say, divines, we got patience, man. Patience is a motherfucking virtue. Time will heal a lot of shit. If you took your time with shit, you would have saved a few relationships. If you took your time with shit, you would have saved a few births of children that you kind of didn't want to have with certain people and shit. If you took your time, you wouldn't have took an L. Patience. A lot of motherfuckers in this world forgot what the fuck that means. Masculine. Adopt something. And by doing that, you directly come into the situation. You got the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is two things coming together like butt cheeks. This is two people becoming one. This is you finally dating. It's like I say, in a year of us talking, because that's all we doing is getting to know each other. Then it's like, bet, we can do this. Because I spent a year with you. I've grown to love your face. I like how you cook. I like everything that we've been doing this year. You know what I mean? I want to solidify into doing this shit forever with you. You know what I'm saying? Like in this past year, I've learned so much about myself from being with you. You know what I mean? This past year, you know, I formed feelings that I never really had. Like, in a year, nigga, give it a year. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, boom, when it's ready, when it's right, let's go. It's about two people getting on the same fucking page, man. Not one person here, not the other person here. And then if you've known each other for a whole year or more and still don't know this person, once again, what the fuck was y'all doing? Just fucking? Like, come on. You're going to have to dive deep in ways that you can't even explain. Like I say, it takes a good full year to, like, know a person. But 7 years is a sign of completion. Once you know a motherfucker for 7 years, then you know everything about this person. Everything about this person. So, Ten of Pentacles. You and another person finna come together like butt cheeks. I take it as it's enough time that's went by for you to finally solidify whatever you're trying to solidify with them. Maybe you didn't put them through some tests and shit. Masculines, you know how y'all can be steady tested motherfuckers and shit. Because you think motherfuckers be lying when they say they love you, or you think motherfuckers is lying when they say they want to move in or build in. Like, you'll get good news and be like, huh? Nah, maybe that ain't true. Like, why is it gotta be doubtful? Like, why something good always gotta be questioned? I tell my master that shit all the time. Like, he always think it's something to what I'm doing. Like, you calling me all of a sudden, what you need? I ain't heard from you in a minute, and now you hit me back. What up? What happened? You know what I mean? I'm just tell my master I love him on some just random shit, man. I love you, man. Hope you doing cool. You know what I mean? Stay up, player. And it's like, you talking shit, nigga. What you need? What you gonna ask me for some shit? It's like, nigga, why I can't, you know what I mean? Like, why I can't just love you, bruh? Like, why I can't just appreciate you, my dude? Why I can't just show love? Why it's always gotta be something to something? You know what I mean? That's that mental shit master to be on. So, as far as the feminine energy, you and your mystery madness or your subconscious or indirect energy, we got the Five of Wands. What's the Five of Wands? That's life after the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is union, reunion, and recognition. So this is life after union, reunion, and recognition, which could be a separation. Five of Wands, also life after home. I told you, Four of Wands is Zion. It ain't just the fourth, fifth dimension. Zion is your home. Whatever four walls that make up your shelter is heaven. Your heaven on earth. So you stick your keys in your door to come from the outside world, Five of Wands, that's the outside world. Soon you leave the outside world to come inside to the Four of Wands, like you in Zion, you home. You know what I mean? But soon you leave out your door, you got to deal with the Five of Wands. What's that? Outside conflict. Shit that involves you. I mean, shit that don't involve you unless you want to involve yourself in it. But why? The world is full of trouble. The world is full of drama. The world is full of karmics. The world is full of fucking fake, coonery ass motherfuckers and shit that they doing. Like, you can involve yourself in a plethora of shit in the world. The world. Like, I grew up in the church, and one thing I can respect about the Christian church, they call the world exactly what it is. It's the world. My grandma used to always say, boy, stay out the world. There ain't nothing in the world for you. You're going to die in the world. You're going to lose your soul in the world. I'm like, ain't we living in the world right now? Nah, we in Zion. That's what I didn't get in church. That's Zion. At home or grandma's house or my mama's house. Nigga, that's Zion. Only time I'm Five of Wands out in the streets is when I'm not at home, at school. You know what I mean? Or at, like I say, where two or three are gathered in my name, I am there. Like, God can be at a festival with just three people catching the Holy Ghost off some good ass music. You know what I'm saying? Like, God is everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And Zion is everywhere too. But it hits me now as an adult. We was in church, so we was where God at. We was where God was at. So I can understand when my grandma say, boys, stay out the world. Stay off them streets. Stay off them corners. Stop hanging with the motherfuckers that be in the streets, that be in the corner, that be in the world. These hoes be in the world. And they catch a shit and they give it to you if you in the world with them. It's drugs in the world. Full of it. Like, motherfuckers is addicted to everything. You can get caught up in that if you stay in the world with them. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? My grandma ain't a psychic. She didn't know the difference between like a karmic and a divine. She doesn't know half the shit that I know, but she knew. Before I even adopted this ideology of the world, I was told this as a Christian coming up in the church. Stay away from the world. There's people in the world, karmics, we don't need to be around. There's shit going on in the world, karmic shit, that we need to stay the fuck away from. What do we need to focus on? Like my grandma used to always say, God. Keep your mind, keep your mind stayed on God. Stayed. Keep your mind stayed on Jesus. Where do you stay? At home, right? Stayed. That's stay at home. Yeah, you in the world, but you keep God with you. Yes, I'm a psychic doing this shit, but who do you hear more than anything? It's God. What comes out of my mouth more than any fucking thing? God. Like, God is always with me. And I keep God with me in whatever I do. Like, whatever I do. That's what you're learning, Master. You're learning that God is everywhere. And God is love. Love transcends. So not just God is everywhere. God's love is everywhere. And it's other people that gets you to God love, not just yourself. So like I say, I know a lot of atheists who found God due to twin flame situations. Love is the second thing closest to God. You didn't even believe in God when God put you on. You know what I'm saying? It's like you went your whole life atheist, not believing in God till you met divine love. Not karmic love, motherfucker. Divine love. That got you to God. Because like I say, your twin flame gets you closer to yourself. The only way you can get closer to yourself is if you get closer to God. If you don't know God, you don't know yourself. If you don't know yourself, you don't know your twin. That's your reflection. So it all goes back to God. Everything goes back to God. When you die, you go back where? To God. When your flesh dies, what does it do? It goes back into the earth, back into the plants. Nigga, like, you go back to God in every way, shape, form of the statement. When you leave your house masculine, you in a whole nother world. Not the world you've known. Not the world that was clear to you before. I don't know, you heard this message or you got the insight that you got in this week's messages. You're going to see exactly what the world is. And it's just a temporary place and space and time outside the four wands that is home. And home is where the heart is. Home is where the heart is. That's indirectly. Directly, when it comes to the feminine energy, we got the Eight of Cups. This is the Patty the Bell card. Two-part card. Karmics go through this energy too, because it's between the ace to 10 and shit. So, you know, Patty the Bell card. First part of the Patty Bell card is integrity and divinity. Patty Bell been around since the 70s. Her integrity ain't never been questioned this whole time. Patty been around since the 70s. Her divinity ain't never been in question or ain't never shook or ain't never swayed since she got here. She's always carried herself like a queen. She's always done queen shit. You know what I mean? She ain't out here like most of these divas. What do most divas do? They hoes. They on them drugs. They get fucking plastic surgery and shit. Whether they fixing up their puppies and their ass or fucking they face up on some Lil' Kim shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you ain't never heard none of this shit these divas be on facilitated with Queen Patty. She been doing this since the 70s, my nigga. So this is, like I said, it's in her behavior, it's in her actions, it's shit it's what she does. You dig? That's the first part of the card. Just keep your integrity up and stay divine at all times. And like I said, that shit gonna help you at all times. Being a person people can count on, being a trustworthy person, being a good person that people can look at and be like, yo, she's or he's divine. They're good people. People ain't gotta question your integrity. People ain't gotta question what the fuck you doing, given your actions and behavior and shit. Other side of the card, enterprise. Another thing that's setting Patty Bell apart from the rest of these motherfucking divas is that she enterprising. Patty Bell, only motherfucker I know that shit slinging patty pies up in Walmart, to turn into fucking Paula Dean out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, like she's basically doing what Martha Stewart was doing, what Paula Dean was doing. But she Patty the Bell doing it. So she doing it with like flair and flavor and sauce. You know what I mean? Like, it's just good when she does it. You know what I mean? She ain't got to sign no label to get paid for shit. She ain't got to go on tour and get paid for shit. Look at all the divas who dropped dead on tour. Look at all the divas who lost their mind on tours. Look at how many divas the fucking industry corrupted. She's been in the same system with these other divas since the 70s. She ain't corrupted though. Patty Bell card goes to the whole world shit. Masculine. Don't let the world affect you in a non-divine manner. It happened in your time. I'm sure a lot of masculines were former addicts. I'm sure a lot of masculines were, you know, had former lives before they got on their divinity bit. Now that you're on your divinity shit, just stay on and keep on keeping on with it. You can't lose keeping your integrity up, staying divine, and enterprising. Just like my masculine. He's got his integrity up. He stays divine, mostly. But that nigga need to enterprise. Because him enterprising at his age is only going to set him apart from the rest of the people in his age group. He's already set apart and different from everybody else. This is just differentiating him and defining him just a little bit more differently. You know what I mean? It's just like the swag of, you know, a senior who started started a business. He started a company. Like, he sits in his old folk home all day. And the only reason he won't leave his old folk home is probably because, like I say, he probably has no family. So he doesn't want to be in a house by himself and shit like that. He likes being around people and shit like that. But it's like he's got a full-fledged company that's online that whether he's cryptocurrency trading or some shit. It's like he making a lot of money where he at, thus making him like more saucy compared to everybody else. The average motherfucker in this facility ain't even using their mind, yet alone trying to enterprise. Like, to his peers, they all gave up on life. They all waiting to die. This nigga, at his age, at this place, still doing shit. You know what I mean? So if these older motherfuckers needed a little bit of extra money, they can come to him. Hey, I see you doing your thing. You know, how can I make some extra money too? I see you doing your thing. Put me on. And it's like you become the person that puts people down. Y'all was just there existing with each other. Now you become like the Wolf of Wall Street in this motherfucker, and you just training other people to do what you doing. You know what I mean? Some people are well enough and got families, so maybe if they was making the money you was making, they can get the fuck out and be with their family, and you help people do that. It's like you ain't no average resident. And this must be not no average motherfucking residential hall if a person in here doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just that swag. It's just like you like everybody else, but you're different. And by you being different, you, like I say, gonna go on a different path and help other people, you know, differentiate themselves like you're doing. Lastly, you in regards to yourself, you got the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. This is you indirectly, subconsciously, mystery madness. You're a little hurt. You know what I mean? Wounded. Nine of Wands is like being overworked, overburdened. You put a lot of time, energy, and resources into something, and it's like you waiting on your payback. Or you feel some shit should have came back given all this work you did, but it's like you ain't seeing nothing right now. Keep hearing the big payback. Putting smoke on this, we got Two of Wands. What's Two of Wands? Number one, that's the Divine Masculine's role. Divine Feminine's role is the Three of Wands. That's evolution. That's path and purpose. What's Two of Wands? That's just making ends meet. That's just being there. This is being a staple for somebody. This is like, it's a few things. I think somebody pulling up. Hold on. Two of Wands is, like I say, like a stapler being punched to Two of Wands is like a stapler holding a piece of paper together on a wall, or a tack holding a piece of paper together on the wall, or a paperweight holding paper together, or a money clip holding money together. Like, it's there to bind. It's there to hold shit down. You know what I'm saying? That's what a Divine Masculine's job is to be there, is to support. You know what I mean? And it seems like you've done that and more. Or you're like overly dedicated to the work that you're trying to put into something. You're trying to put some work into yourself, you know, and it seems like it's only helping you spiritually, emotionally, you know what I'm saying? It's helping you out, but it's like you ain't helping people, or you feel like what you got off the ground ain't really like got legs and running. That's the best energy to look at it. It's like you ain't got legs on something. You got it off the ground, but it ain't hit the ground running. So final smoke on this. And Nine of Wands plus Two of Wands is the Knight of Wands. That's moving fast and fiercely towards your divine direction. We got the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is, like I say, a self-imposed prison at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's a mental cage. Usually when you're in a self-imposed prison, it's like a false sense of security, or a false sense of entitlement, or a false sense of environment. What up? It's a false sense of security. It's like until you secure yourself with something, you're gonna be insecure. Or a false sense of entitlement. You just feel entitled to something. And usually when you feel entitled to some shit, it's probably some major chores that you feel entitled to. You know what I mean? So everything is meant for yours by divine right. What is yours by divine right. But if it ain't yours, like I say, it ain't yours. You trying to have something that ain't yours, it's gonna be karma to that. You know what I mean? It's just you feel like you're in a box. You've done a lot of work, but you don't see any results. You don't see any, drawback from it, and it's kind of got you in your head a little bit. You in regards to yourself personally, you got the Four Cups. Four Cups is the world. Like I said, it's temporary space and time, third dimension, where everything expires. The world is beautiful. It's a big world. It's a lot of shit we can do. You can be success in the world. You can be an influencer in the world. It's a lot of shit you can do in the world. You know what I'm saying? But one thing you need to do with the world is, like I say, get a really good grip on it and what it is. You see the world as cups. What are cups? Feelings and emotions. All feelings and emotions are just indicators of where you're going mentally. What the world is what you feel. Like I say, to a patriot, the world is a piece of shit. America is the greatest, and that's how they feel. To a nigga like me, it's like the whole world fucked up. And, we're not the greatest motherfucking country in the world. You know what I'm saying? If anything, we've kind of been like, the bully for a lot of little scenarios that didn't happen in the past 200 years. You know what I'm saying? America's been a ringleader for a lot of shit. Like, I know what the world is because I know who runs it. I know how it's structured. I know what you can or can't do in it. I know how the systems work and things of that. Like, I know who getting killed and the reasons why they getting killed for shit. I'm not Ray Charles like majority of the world who don't really give a fuck about what's really going on in the world. It's like all these police shootings, man. I told y'all that shit 4 years ago when I first started. They killing niggas like that's what they supposed to do. Said that shit 2 times. They killing niggas like that's what the fuck is supposed to do. They ain't just killing like niggas. They killing Mexicans. They killing women. They killing children. These are a lot of people that's unaccounted for, dead by the people that's supposed to protect and serve us, man. So it ain't their job to protect and serve us. It's their job to do exactly what the fuck they're doing. I know why they're doing it. I could tell you, but like I said, I'll probably get killed by one of them in the process of trying to put y'all on the truth. Real people die. Fuck motherfuckers live on. Like, it's been like that for a while now. Like, what type of world do you live in? And what type of world you live in really is dictated by the type of God you serve. I serve a very omnipresent God that shows love to people who don't even fuck with God. My God's the same God that splits the Red Seas, that appears in burning bushes and shit like that. But to other people, it's a white God. And since it's a white God and a white Jesus, then it's a white world. And since they're white, they're right. Like I said, if you really look at it, the white people, y'all really ain't got no major religion. Y'all religion is yourselves. Like, in my personal opinion, like, okay, blacks, we got Christianity, Islam, Muslim. You know what I mean? Chinese people, they got what they have. Africans, they got what they have. Like, every race on this motherfucking planet, okay, got some type of spiritual structure, except for them. Their religion is to take care of their own. It's been like that since they got here. How did they get here? Through the blacks? That's your homework for you to figure out and shit like that. But yeah, man, it's a 1-2%er. And they got there. You can really look at the history of time and see how the 1-2%ers exactly came to 1-2%ers. Like, once you even identify them and look at their family names and the businesses that's tied to them, like, you will see the world and exactly what it is. Like, it really is a matrix. And like I say, it's a fucking program that you need to understand. Why are you fucking with programs you don't understand? You wouldn't download Microsoft Word 20 on your shit and not know how to use it. Like, who downloads software but can't use it? Like, no, what is software for? To use. It's the world. You utilize it to the best of your ability. You don't use people in the world. You use the world for what it is. Since the day you were born, God put you here in the world for you to succeed, survive, and thrive. Before you was even born, God had everything you need to succeed, survive, and thrive on earth. So you was already wealthy, you was already rich, you was already popping soon as you got here. You know what I'm saying? It's just your view on the world. A lot of people look at the world through fake lenses, through false eyes. You know what I mean? Or false pretenses and shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's a lot of shit in the world that the average man, you know what I mean, the average karmic don't care about, don't give a fuck about. They don't see the injustice. They don't see what's really going on. That's why they can, like I say, as a system, be used to take other people's liberties away or be used to put their ideology and shit on everybody else. Like, know what the world is and who run it. as a divine, you should know that I ain't got time to break it down. I'm just dropping that on you. You know what I'm saying? Going to the future masculine. In the Mystery Madness, we got the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is a temporary ending. This is something you stop on your terms while you have the power to do so. This is laying some shit down. It's like Mortal Kombat. You just beat your opponent. It's like finish him. You can kill this person or you can let him live. It's like you got the power of life and death right now. And it's like you do a friendship or a babality. You know what I'm saying? You don't kill him. You know what I mean? You let him live. You know? And like I say, the world will probably finish him off or kill him off, or an average person to do that shit, but you different. You know what I mean? You ain't here for that. The fight was to teach this person a lesson that you can't fuck with me. It wasn't meant for me to kill this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, everybody gets a moment to cease things before it gets out of hand. Ten of Swords is it's out of hand. It's out of your hands. It's over. This is a temporary ending, meaning it could be over right now if you end it. At least if you end it right now, you still got your control. You still got your sanity. You still got your property. You still got your money. Before, like I say, you don't let it go while you got the opportunity to do it, and you let chance come in there, or you let God come in there, or you let karmic shit come in, and really, like I say, put it to a Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is mental. Death is mental. Permanent endings are mental. That's some shit that's beyond you, and it's a wrap, and they ain't never coming back again. At least if you took a break and left a person alone, you can be back friends with them. You could probably date them again later in life. You know what I mean? Once you get your shit square, but like I say, it's something you're gonna have to pump the brakes on, Masculine, going to the future. And what does that have to do with Ace of Swords? You ascending, player. Ace of Swords. That's ascension. That's going up. What's up? God is what's up. That's strength, power, authority, dominion. You know what I'm saying? Courage, strength, whatever you need to succeed, survive, and thrive. You know what I mean? You get that by going up. Mentally, ascension is mental. Just like death is. Just like fear is Knight of Swords. God is King of Swords. Pain is Three of Swords. Truth is Seven of Swords. Like swords, you know what I mean? You're just ascending mentally. So, like I say, when you go up, motherfuckers gonna have to do the opposite of mustard with you. If they can't do the opposite of mustard with you, you're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? Leave motherfuckers where they at. You know, if you switching your whole lifestyle or you switching your whole path in life, then like I say, you going up, you going in a different direction where everybody else is going. So if you stop doing drugs, then like I say, you up here and the people that still doing drugs is here. Don't come back down to where they at, leave them be. Or let them do the opposite of mustard with you. You know what I mean? You in a toxic ass relationship. All they want to see you is here, right here with them. You rise above this shit on some cool running shit. The fuck you gonna go back to them for? You know what I mean? Let the motherfuckers get on your level, do the opposite of mustard, or just leave them be. Final card is message, Master. Going to the future. You got the Ace of Wands. This is the Nebuchadnezzar in my deck. It's like the ship Nebuchadnezzar from the Matrix. How do you get to the fourth or fifth dimension? Like Zion, the real world in the Matrix. You got to be taking on the Nebuchadnezzar to get to the fourth or fifth dimension. But how do you even get aboard the ship of the Nebuchadnezzar? You're going to have to be A4 awake. Gotta jack out the Matrix. 4 cups. Gotta get out the world. Once you get out the world, then you can enter the real world. You can get to the real, meat and potatoes and shit. You know what I'm saying? So Ace of Wands is also like answers or awareness or the first step or first motion or first change towards a new life that you want. Put more smoke on the answers here. We got the Nine of Swords. This is losing sleep, losing teeth, losing weight, losing hair the wrong way, or stress. Stressing from what? Must be the lack of answers, because like I said, if you had answers, you wouldn't fret. If you knew about your enemy, you wouldn't be scared of your enemy. If you knew who your competition was and what they consisted of, you wouldn't be tripping so much. You know what I'm saying? If you knew the, common result of the shot you about to take or the common success rate of the surgery you about to get, you wouldn't be stressing. Stress is something you put on you like ketchup on your fries, like salt, you know what I'm saying, on your rice. You don't have to put it on there, but like I said, it's being proactive doing that. So to wrap up this message, masculine, you've been thrusted to the forefront with a particular person, place, or thing that's been grooming you for some time. Whatever's been grooming you, bottom line, It's been grooming you so much or been so influential in your life, you feel kind of tied or chained to it. You know, you don't know if you're codependent on this shit. You don't know if you're addicted to this person or addicted to this thing. You know, you just kind of torn apart as far as this thing you tied to. Could be a system, could be a job, could be a relationship. Yeah, what I mean, could just be a health situation. You know what I mean? Like whatever this system is you feel you need, you can do better without it. Whether this system or a person or a thing you codependent on, like I say, 10 of Wands, it's time to step away from it. You know what I mean? Because whatever the situation you tie into, whatever the system you in, it's like I said, it's like you still got a Knight of Cups energy to it. It's like it's still fresh on you. It's like a person who just leaves the army to become a citizen, or a person who just did hard time leaving prison to be in the streets. Eventually, you're gonna wish you was back in the army or wish you was back in jail because at least back then it was more things were more simpler or things were more easy. Like I say, when you in a new place, when you in a new situation, like I say, when you ain't got that old influence on you no more, like I say, it forces you to be a different creature. It forces you to be a whole new person, and that's where you at, masculine, 5 of Wands. You outside the system you was in so heavenly. So like I say, you was in prison that whole time. Now it's like you out in the world. You gotta meet real women now, not fake women, not these bitches that was just hollering at you when you was locked the fuck up. Like you got real women out here now. You know what I mean? Chance to holler at them. Like I said, you got real scenarios. Like you got real rent, real bills out in this bitch, and it's just like you know what I'm saying. You wasn't dealing with none of that inside the system. Now you're forced to deal with it. It's like the army. Army was easy. You got to travel. It was pretty content for a motherfucker like you. You was like Forrest Gump and shit. It's like, you know what I mean? You was eating good every day, traveling, you had shit to do. Now it's like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Now it's like, I don't even know where to start a career. Now it's like, man, I gotta make my own bed, clean my own house. Now I gotta pay for my own house. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you out these systems, masculine. So y'all can get so tied into systems that it becomes y'all. Like my masculine. He's a military vet. That shit is military is life in that nigga head. Like everything about that shit, he brings to his life. You know what I'm saying? The order part of it, the active part of it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's the isolated part of it, the secluded part of it that he's got to don too. Like I say, when he was in the army by your motherfucking self. Now he's in the real world. It's like he in this bitch by himself. Couldn't really form ties and connections and bonds and shit in the motherfucking army and shit. But it's like you doing that shit in real life. Like eventually you're gonna have to, like I said, cut all ties with systems. And that's just where you at. So because of that masculine, you feel like you gotta do more work or you feel like you kind of overworking or feeling overburdened, given this new switch in life. But it's like 4 of Cups, you see the world for what it really was. When you was in the system, the world looked different. When you was in the system, they told you what the world was. Now you're seeing what the world really is. You see, even seeing that the system you was attached to was a bad system, a false system, a fucked up system that really didn't grow and develop you. If anything, it kind of held you back or regressed you. The double energy, you know what I'm saying? To where you're gonna have to leave it alone. 10 of Wands, you know what I'm saying? Ace of Swords, you're gonna have to find that strength, power, authority, dominion, that courage to really let this shit go. Let the system go. Really rid yourself of it to where you got the last card in the message. You get all the answers that you need. It's answers that's dictated your A for actions and behavior. You know? And then the stress that come on top of it. Because like I said, you probably spent this whole time wasting time, energy, and resources thinking something else or feeling something else or being indebted to something else. Now you seeing, like I said, you're gonna have to put all your time, energy, and resources into yourself and your next move. Thus making your next move your best move. Thus putting you to your current situation where you at right now, masculine. So that's the message I got. If I could be of good use, it's your boy D.Boom. Please stay tuned. Got Divine Feminist situation I'm gonna do next. All right, deuces.